The NBA is officially back, and what an opening night it was. In this video, we're diving into the later game between the Lakers and Warriors. Before tip-off, I tweeted that I really like Golden State this year. They finally had a full offseason to build chemistry with Jimmy Butler and their young guys. Steph, Dre, and Jimmy might just be the smartest trio in the league today. And with Kerr's offensive system, I think people are seriously underestimating how good this Warriors team can be. Yes, they're getting older. Steph, Dre, and Jimmy are all past 30, but I still believe they've got one more run left in them. But before we dive deeper into the Warriors, let's start with the Lakers film. Luka looked like vintage Luka, maybe even a little better. He's down about 30 pounds from last season, and you can see the difference on both ends. He's moving better defensively, and offensively he was just absurd, just generating an endless stream of high-quality shots for himself and his teammates. Luka was getting to his spots in the mid-range with that little bump and slight fade back, making it almost impossible for smaller defenders to contest. His ability to create and hit those shots so easily is huge because he doesn't have to get all the way to the rim to score, which is exactly where the help defense waits. And even when he's matched up against bigs, he can still get those looks off thanks to his height and that catapult-like float release. Another one of Luka's go-to moves is when a defender steps into his driving space, he leans into the contact while going up for the floater, often drawing the and one. I think he pulled that move off about 3 different times that night. This next one was probably my favorite Luka play of the night. He carves through the Warriors' defense, then contorts his body mid-air to sling a pass back to the weak side wing. And this is a great lift by Rui before he knocks down the 3. Here's another one. The Warriors actually rotate pretty well here, but Luka still finds the open man. And that all starts because he beats his initial defender off the dribble. He closed the half with a filthy vintage step back 3 over Jimmy Butler, but outside of that, he went just 1 for 9 from deep. Inside the arc though, he was an absurd 15 of 17. He ends up getting blocked on this one, but you can tell that he's got some of his burst back, especially on those between the legs change of direction dribbles, as he uses that same move to quickly change direction and float in the easy 2 here. Defensively, I thought Luka was really solid too, especially off the ball. He did a great job of helping on rolls to the basket. This one's textbook. Watch how he communicates with Vincent, point switches, and stays as the low man. Then, after calling out the weak side action, he anticipates the pass from the short roll and forces a rare Draymond turnover. And here's another good read, as he jumps the post entry pass for a steal. Luka was doing all he could, trust me. But despite Luka's brilliance, the Lakers roster around him looks bad, like really bad. They look slow and lethargic out there. Luka's constantly complaining, Marcus Smart is on the floor more times than you can count, and their perimeter defense stinks. Their center rotation is probably the worst in the NBA as well. The whole roster just feels mismatched for Luka's heliocentric style. And even when LeBron comes back, I still think this team is a playing team at best, especially in the loaded Western Conference. This is just a really poorly constructed team. I mean, just look at some of these clips from the defensive side. Granted, the Warriors do run one of the best movement offenses ever, but still, the Lakers were just not locked in at all on that end. This is one of the first plays of the game. Luka helps on the drive from the weak side corner, which means Rui has to slide over to cover the corner. Instead, Rui stays attached to his man on the wing, giving up the open corner 3. And you could see Luka telling him afterward to rotate there. This next one is just unacceptable. The Warriors have been doing this for a decade now. You cannot sag off of Draymond Green because when he gets it, he's immediately finding Curry's man for a DHO. Kuminga has it in the corner and swings it to Draymond at the top. But look at Rui, he's standing in the key. Dre goes right into the DHO, and Luka needs to be more attached to Curry here as well. Here's another one. No one is guarding Draymond at the top of the key, and credit to him, he's absolutely mastered this skill of finding his shooters for DHOs when given space. He goes right into the handoff with Steph, which forces Rui to slide over in the gap to help. Podemski makes a textbook relocation so his man can't recover. Then here, the Warriors are running in transition, and you'd think the Lakers would want to find the greatest shooter of all time. Smart even points it out, but Rui doesn't process it fast enough, and that's all the time Steph needs to get a clean look. These are the little things that the Lakers just don't do well. You have to find Curry in transition, yet it's another mental lapse. And again here, in semi-transition, Smart is pointing for Ayton to pick up Buddy Hield, but Ayton just has no urgency and doesn't run him off the line like he should. Here's another one where Ayton just processes the play way too slowly. He's in drop coverage for some reason against Steph Curry, then worries about Kuminga on the roll instead of stopping Curry's drive. It makes you wonder, what exactly is JJ telling these guys in the scouting report? Or are players like Rui and Ayton just slow processors? This time, Curry comes off the ball screen, and anyone who's watched basketball knows you can't stop chasing Steph when he gives up the ball. But for some reason, Gabe Vincent goes to guard Draymond, and Ayton just stands in the key, pointing for Luka to pick up Steph. Draymond manipulates them perfectly and hits Payne for the dunk, all set up by Curry's gravity. The Warriors started the third quarter with their famous split action. Draymond is the ultimate decision maker from the post, and it's all built around the attention that Curry attracts. Curry backcuts the split screen, freeing up Kuminga, and if Kuminga can consistently hit threes like he did in this game, that's huge for the Warriors' spacing. And it's wild to think, this used to be peak Draymond, peak Steph, and peak KD running the same action. Like, what were teams supposed to do? Steph isn't just the best shooter ever, he might be the best guard screener and cutter ever too. His ability to read how the defense plays him off screens is second to none. This play in general is just beautiful offense, concepts that the Warriors have been running for over a decade now. And it's because of number 30 that they can do this. He opens up the entire floor, which unlocks Draymond's skill set as a decision maker, threading tight window passes as the hub or out of the short roll. Their chemistry is just unreal, and it's why they've dominated the league for over a decade now. This next possession came right after that split action to start the third. They basically run the same three-man game with Steph, Dre, and Kuminga, but this time the defenders are worried about Steph coming off for a three. Rui's head is in the clouds again as he processes it way too slow, and Draymond makes him pay by hitting Kuminga on the backdoor cut. Watching the Warriors' free-flowing off-ball movement offense compared to the Lakers' slow pace and stagnant one honestly feels like watching a completely different sport. Luka's great at attacking mismatches, but it's just not a sustainable form of offense. Luka tried to mismatch hunt Curry, but the Warriors have seen that hundreds of times, and this is what I mean when I say Draymond is one of the smartest basketball players ever. After Luka scores on Steph on this possession, they try to run the same action again, but Draymond bumps Curry down so he gets matched up with Luka. Then just watch how he navigates these screens and stays attached to Luka throughout the play. That's championship level defense. And remember, he's their center, and his rim protection was elite too. Watch here as he stops the drive and still recovers to deter Hayes' rim attempt. The last player that I want to hit on is Jimmy Butler, who quietly finished with an efficient 31 points, keeping the game simple with a little bit of foul baiting sprinkled in. But for real, his game is so simple yet so effective. He doesn't force anything, he's a great cutter, and he's elite at attacking mismatches. I mean, for the love of God, can the Lakers please stop putting Gabe Vincent on Jimmy Butler? Jimmy adds that late game closer element to the Warriors' offense as well. When defenses tighten up and their movement slows down, they can just throw it to Jimmy and let him create. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll be posting weekly NBA content throughout the season. Drop a comment with your thoughts or your predictions for this year. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.